Hey guys, as you guys know, election day was just happened, so a lot of people are talking about politics and stuff, and I don't necessarily like talking about politics. I feel like it's like scary and like who do I know? Like who am I to be the one to know like the right takes are and like it's such like a complicated sphere, but it is very polarizing and it does grab a lot of attention and can be relevant to a lot of people's lives. But the main thing I want to talk about is the two sides of a general sense of how involved you should be in politics. You know, there's one coin of side where politics is like something that you shouldn't get involved with. It's something you don't have control in, and therefore you should just like not even like have it in your life, protect your own sanity, and just have it like that. And I do like understand that side a lot. Like obviously like there are more important things in your life, not everyone should be like super focused on politics and stuff like that. And there's another coin of politics. I think it's more about like your civic duty where like okay, their counter argument to the first argument is okay, politics is filled with lying, misinformation, all that stuff, and like where like snake behavior, okay, that can be true, but if you're trying to protect your own character and stuff, um, and like you like don't like what's it called? You don't align with those like character values. The argument is that it should be even more important for you to have that like contrasting values or characteristics of like the normal political space. So it's like if you like have like the ability to be logical instead of being emotional, but you want to protect your mental health or whatever, your sanity, then you should not you should be in politics as it would be like a better addition to almost balance out those forces. So according to those two sides of the coins, where is like the right, what's right or wrong? Because they all have very logical sides to them. It makes sense that in one part you shouldn't like have politics be like your whole life, and it's something you don't have much control over. On the other side, it's your civic duty. It's your ability to bring value into something that's important. So like maybe like the answer lies in the middle ground, where not necessarily you have to, for instance, play into parts that are more emotion based or stuff like that, and maybe you don't have to make it your whole life. However, maybe it's about doing basic things like going to vote or, you know, learning about different sides, or like having balanced opinions or some stuff like that. But I don't really know, man. It's like an answer where I think over time you'll have a better sense, especially for your own situation. Everyone's situation is different. Some people have a calling to, you know, talk about their values, to, you know, talk about political state of the world. They have a passion for that. Some people just want to vote. Some people want to, just like watching political content. And what's the right answer? I don't really know, but it's interesting how like both sides they do bring up pretty good points, and I think the answer lies in the middle. And I feel like a lot of things in life where you're trying to find a true like answer, it all lies in nuance, context, and a lot of the times when someone talks about there being absolute or an extreme correctness, I'm talking about everything. Like, there's always like a balance to be a balance in like the midst of all like the what's it called, like the extremity. And I'm not talking about politics at all. Just like in general, where like I don't know if you're like for instance trying to balance work and life. There's usually the right answer for most people is in the balance. Or like you're trying to figure out whether to do this or do that, and there's a balance. If you're talking about like, do I eat healthy? Do I not eat healthy? Usually it's in the middle. And obviously some things in your life you have to take to the extreme, some things not. But It all lies in context, reflection, and being honest with yourself. But before I get into a bigger tangent and a rant, I'm going to end it here and type shit.